It's the Black Aaron broadcast. It's the Black Aaron podcast. It's the Black Aaron broadcast. Go. All right. Welcome to the Black Aaron broadcast, episode 15. I think I'm in here in obviously Orange County, but beautiful Santa Ana. What's the name of this?
Floral Park.
Floral Park. It's a nice place. I actually drove down memory lane to get here. And I'm going to give my wonderful guest today an interview. Introduction?
Introduction.
I'm going to give him a great introduction.
Yeah.
So I met this guy at Orange Coast College in Costa Mesa. He's since moved on to become a software engineer at Google. Pretty soon he's gonna be leaving for Seattle, which is why I'm out here mobily trying to get an interview with him before he leaves next week.
Gang, gang.
Gang. We've been to multiple rock and punk rock shows together. We went to Death Grips in Pasadena.
Yeah.
We went to Horror, spelled HO9909, which was awesome. We went to that in I think also Santa Ana at Observatory. He was before he even went into programming. I think he was already programming. You made your first little Java app and weightlifting.
Yeah.
He's a really smart guy. He likes to do math in his spare time. We saw Vertigo by Albert Hitchcock at the theater in Costa Mesa, which was awesome.
Regency.
He's a cool guy. I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Santiago Martin.
Yo, what's up? Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Santiago?
Pretty good.
Pretty good,
Just
man.
hanging with my friend Aaron.
Yeah. Yeah, so man, I'm glad you were able to do this, and thank you for letting me use your parents' home here in order for us to do the interview, which is super cool. How are you doing today, sir? First of all,
Pretty good. Just woke up, hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been. My flight is on Tuesday, and I've
Yeah.
just been like catching up with a bunch of people before I go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been doing any? Because you like to do math in your spare time.
Yeah.
Is that still true even now?
Not really.
Not really, not as much.
Yeah, back when I was studying for like interviews and such, like I would have to go over some like stats theorems.
Yeah.
There's some sort of like, I think it was like Bayes theorem, something like that, and I had to go through all that stuff.
You're a very interesting guy, and I was asking your mom because I'm gonna be having a kid soon. I was like, did you was he just intuitively into the math, or did you teach him stuff? And this because she said you also picked up 2 instruments too, not just the math naturally, but you picked up like guitar and piano or something.
Guitar and piano,
and you know how to play those too.
Yeah.
So you're just
George Harrison, Paul McCartney.
So I'm sitting here with a legit. Can I call you a little bit of genius, or just elevated?
I'm on that Elon.
He's on that Elon Musk. Did you intern? Did you want to intern for Tesla?
Tesla? That would have been cool. One of my Amazon intern friends actually interned at Tesla. He says he got to shake Elon's hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
You saw him did you see him on the Joe Rogan podcast?
Yo, dude. That was some good shit.
Were you disappointed that he partook in the marijuana? Did you think that was going to destroy the company, or was it just like whatever, he does what he wants?
That's my boy Elon.
That's your boy Elon. Total
Yeah.
support of Elon. I think that, I thought that was really cool to get to know somebody that's so high up and has created like so much and done so many things and still is trying to like create and do big things. I think that's
facts.
It's pretty dope. Do you aspire to one day be, maybe not Elon Musk, but like Santiago Martin, where people are just dropping your name?
I'm trying to prove myself, You're
trying to prove yourself in the ranks?
Yeah. I'd like to build a name for myself.
Yeah. You going to hope to do that with software engineering?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yo.
When you start that startup, holler at me. Maybe I can throw some money at you.
Okay.
So I can get in early.
For
I believe
sure.
I believe in Santiago Martin. What did you spend your time doing? Kind of on this break before you go to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of hanging out with friends and just
Bumming around, hanging out.
bumming around.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done a little bit of travel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna do this like the all American road trip. We were going out to like the Dakotas,
Oh really?
Wisconsin, Minnesota. Shit was great. We were driving out. This was in July,
Mm-hmm.
and right around like the Nevada border, we ended up having to call off our trip.
Yeah.
Um,
Why at the Nevada border?
yeah, so it was raining pretty bad, and our car just ended up spinning out, and we like hydroplaned and crashed.
Holy crap! Did it flip or just crash? Like, did it hit something? Or?
It spun out, and we crashed into the central divider.
Oh my god, that's not cool. Well, I'm glad you're safe. Google would have had a serious loss right there.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, I'm glad you're safe, man. When you were like, I guess, because you interned with Google and Amazon, or just Google?
I just interned at Amazon.
Okay.
And then I interviewed with Google.
Okay, so you interned with Amazon, and how was that experience?
Lit.
It was lit? What did they have you doing over there?
Yeah. So I interned at Amazon last year.
Mm-hmm.
In the summer, I got to fly up to Seattle.
Yeah.
Hang out in their headquarters.
Nice.
My position was like a full stack web development.
Okay.
Like I was working on a big data team, and my project was just kind of like adding some extra features to our like client. So it's a big data team, but I wasn't doing any big data stuff.
Yeah.
I was just working with the front end.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good to go. And that was at Amazon.
Amazon.
So you and what did you do? You interviewed with Google though.
Yes.
And how was like the introductory, like how was that process? Because I've heard a lot of things about that process, like certain tests you got to do and little math games and stuff. And how was that? Was it
damn.
It was crazy or what?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Like right out of the gate with my first technical interview.
Yeah.
They gave me a leak code hard problem. Which, if you're into like technical interviews,
okay. Well, we'll get a little technical.
Yeah, Leak Code is like the big site to like practice on.
Leak code.
Leet code.
Leak code. Okay.
Like like hackers
elite.
speak.
Okay. Leak code. All right, I got you.
Yeah. And they gave me like one of the hardest problems on the website, and I was just like, "Fuck."
Yeah. How'd you do?
I like half got it. Mm-hmm. I didn't get it exactly. Mm-hmm. But I was on the right track, and they decided to move forward with me.
Okay,
so that's good.
Maybe they don't expect people to, everybody to just like get it full out. But if you even get half or like kind of progress through it, and they see what you're doing, they're probably like, not bad. So we definitely had some special tests there. Mm-hmm. What's the most interesting thing you did? I guess while interning, because you interned at Amazon.
Yeah.
And the data team? Full stack. What was the most interesting thing you did while you were there?
Yeah. It was just a cool ass experience, you know.
Obviously one of the fastest growing, one of the fastest growing. It's part of the big FANG.
Yeah.
$1
trillion company.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos, one of the richest people in the world now. Not a bad place to intern. So it was just kind of like exciting being there, being part.
I felt like I was a full engineer,
Nice.
Yeah.
What's going to be your full, your job title at Google?
I'm going to be a software engineer.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Not junior software. You're just a software engineer.
Well, I'm resident engineer.
Oh.
I got into this residency program.
Oh, yeah. What does that mean, the residency program?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Google's engineering residency. It's a year-long program. Mm-hmm. The first 8 weeks are spent in training.
Yeah.
After that, you do a 2-team rotation. So you spend 4 or 5 months on one team, 4 or 5 months on another team.
Okay, so you kind of transition between different teams.
Yeah. And at the end of it, if they decide they like you, you get to choose which team you want to return to.
Really?
Yeah.
And what team did you choose to be on?
I actually haven't gotten any like team preference.
Mm-hmm. You're just happy to be there, huh?
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, I'm just happy to be here. This is awesome.
Yeah. They should be getting back to me in about a month. Like a month in, they'll probably like give me some options of like where to go. But I mean, hell, I could be on Google Maps, Google Docs,
Google. I don't know. Maybe you could be on what's that called? Deep. What's it called? Deep. Deep Mind.
AlphaGo.
Oh well, the AlphaGo was the game, but I think the AI they used was Deep Mind or
Deep
something.
Mind.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe getting that AI jump off, help work on our future overlords,
neural networks.
Yeah.
Yo.
Have you studied any of that stuff?
Yeah, just barely.
Just barely. I'd say the same about me. Just really, they seem to have all the, like, they realize that doing, like, basing the code off the neural networks of the brain is the most effective way, I guess, to design some of the stuff to get the results they're looking for. Also, I think, like, when they make it the AI, like, competitive, where it's got a goal and stuff, that helps too. And also they have databases. They have like AI databases that you can, if you build your own code, they can kind of draw from and stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Like neural network databases or something.
Yeah.
I don't know a ton about that, but
you got a data set.
Data sets.
To be manipulated.
Yes, exactly. Data sets to be manipulated. Let's see here. And did you learn anything at school you didn't already know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you did.
Yeah.
So you weren't like, oh, I know. You weren't like walking through
like
class.
Math whiz. Yeah. Over at OCC, I actually did most of my learning at OCC.
Really?
Yeah. Back in community college, I was really focused on academics.
Yeah.
I was really focused on, getting a good GPA to transfer.
Yeah.
And that was probably the right move for like the wrong reasons, I guess, because the most important stuff I learned was in those lower division courses. It's a good like foundation. Yeah. The most important class that you're going to take in computer science as a computer science major is data structures. Okay. So this is the one where you learn just like efficient ways of like storing data. You've probably learned about arrays. Yeah. I learned about arrays. I'm not no master of any of these things, but I learned a ton. I barely passed the engineering classes, barely. Yeah. So that's like the simplest data structure. Like it's just all next to each other in memory. The next one is linked lists, which is kind of similar, but rather than all the items being next to each other in memory, it's like you have these little like nodes. Is this pointers? Yes, pointers. Pointers. I remember barely some things I remember. Yeah. I thought those were weird, but they're kind of cool. It's just a node pointing to where the information is. Yeah. It's like you call on it from one place and then it points to there and then it says, okay, the information you're looking for is over here. Yeah, and then you can get even crazier by having a node pointing to two different things. So that's called the tree. That's crazy. And then if you go even more, it's called a graph. A graph. Yeah, like if you have them pointing at each other. Like grids, like 2D, 3D grids. Not quite. Not quite? Okay. It's similar to like that, like charting term, but like, nah, like a computer science graph is different from like a algebra type. Yeah. Yeah. That's why you're the Google software engineer, and I'm just interviewing you to see what that's like. Right. So when did you realize you were maybe a little more talented as far as picking up things? You picked up the math intuitively. I talked to your mom, and you picked up also the instruments. When did you realize that? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't call myself like a genius or anything. Okay, you're of elevated IQ, maybe. You're definitely not average. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, So like back in like let's kick it way back.
Yeah, because I did want to ask you what was it like growing up.
Yeah,
little Santiago.
Elementary school, middle school, like I was put into like the advanced math classes.
Okay.
And like we would have these like little competition things.
Yeah.
And there's some sort of like leaderboard.
Mm-hmm.
My teacher made it seem like some big deal, like it's international. I really like never heard of it after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would just like we'd do these competitions, and I'd crack it out, and I'd end up getting like first place, second place.
Because I saw the math
international.
I saw the mathlete like trophies and stuff in there.
That's what it is.
So it's not a game. He was getting trophies for this stuff since way back.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Algebra master.
Yeah, I hope my kid's good with math. At least better than I was with math.
Yeah.
Because I told your parents, and they said they're not even into math. Like they're not into it at all. They're not like great with it. But they could be being shy. They might like be pretty legit in there.
People undersell themselves.
True.
I mean, like the moment that you tell yourself, like, "Oh, I'm not good at math," you just put yourself in a box. Like
I definitely just put myself in a box.
Yeah.
No, you're right, man.
Right.
I mean, if you say it, you'll do it or become it. A lot of people, they don't think like if you said something positive about yourself, you could be that too.
I'm guilty of doing this with music a little bit. Like I was talking guitar, piano. I still fiddle around with piano. Guitar, not so much. It just like never quite clicked with me. And like, I think that I'm kind of like holding myself back.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to writing songs and such.
Yeah.
Like it takes I overcomplicate it, I guess.
Overcomplicate the process of songwriting.
Because it's like just kind of like going with what feels right, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm in a major that like it's digital media arts and it's like audio recording. So I'm around a lot of artists, a lot of people who write music, who play music, who do other things creatively and artistry. And I have one friend. He did like a lot of the intro. He did like intro music and stuff for my podcast, and he's pretty quick about stuff. He'll kind of come up with stuff and just jam it out real quick. And then I have other friends that like they're talented, like with sound and mixing and stuff, but they have trouble like coming up with that next concept or unique piece, or they really have to work at it, which is fine, because you never know what you're going to have on the end of that. But everyone's process is definitely different. So
that's true.
I think if you really you never know, man. You might do your Google engineer thing, and you might come out with some pretty cool music, or you might just like the company retreats or just whatever. You might be like, just play at the thing, start a little band.
I can be that guy.
What if you're like working at Google and you're like a whatever. You could be like mid to like high level star engineer, and then like you just have a band that just like kind of takes off. Like, just randomly, you just like, oh, yeah. On your spare time, you just, like, you guys have been making, like, an EP and stuff, and then you release it, and then it takes off, and people really dig it.
Yo,
that would be...
gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
My SoundCloud career is gonna kick off.
Dude, okay, but you're gonna have to get some face tattoos.
Yo.
SoundCloud.
I'm gonna tattoo the Google logo.
The Google logo, just right there?
Yeah.
Don't do that. I don't think your parents would dig that either.
They're not down.
They're just not down. You're not supporting me in my SoundCloud career, mom and dad. You got to support me.
How am I going to get clout?
How are you going to get clout?
Yeah, how am I supposed to get clout without some face tats?
You haven't seen that new video where they just like, it's some new rapper, and he's just laying on the floor. He looks like Raggedy Ann. He looks like Tekashi 69 and something else, and he's just like, yeah. It's just like making fun of mumble rappers and stuff. It's really funny.
I gotta catch that one.
You should check it out. I'm sure the viral marketing will work its way over to you, whether you want it to or not, with those algorithms. Yeah. Are they gonna have you working on algorithms over there or no?
Let's go.
Have you made any yourself in your own time?
Yeah.
What language did you code it in?
I do C++.
Okay.
For all of my like interviews and algorithm stuff.
So that's closer to the actual like the memory and of the. Okay. Nice, man.
Yeah.
What did the algorithm do? What was its purpose?
Let's see. So back in my so this is CS 178.
Okay. It's computer science class CS 178.
Back at UCI.
UCI.
It was
UCI graduate.
That's me, alumni.
Yeah.
Machine learning class. Our final project was we had this big data set of weather statistics.
Okay.
And we had to create some sort of model off of it as predicting whether it would rain or not.
Yeah.
So my friend ended up using a neural network for this problem.
So it would we put input information to it, then it would run off to the neural network.
Yeah.
And go through the data set and start crunching numbers.
Yeah. He got pretty good numbers. Mine, I didn't do neural network, but I used something called K nearest neighbors classifier.
I've never heard of that before.
It's like it's kind of like
not as advanced, but better processing speed or what?
Yeah, it's a very simple model. Essentially, what it does is, so it's trying to predict the weather. So what it does is it takes your data point. It refers to the data set, and let's say if you choose your K to be 5.
Yeah.
It'll find the 5 nearest neighbors.
Yeah.
To that point that you specified.
Oh, wow.
And then it'll average the results, and then it'll determine from that whether it's going to rain or not.
Sounds cool, man.
Yeah.
Quite the accomplishment, sir.
Yeah, dude. I can't believe I actually remembered that shit. Oh my god. I totally snoozed on that class, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you did it, man. You're here.
I did it.
We made it! Let's see here. So, what would people be surprised to know about you?
Let's see. Ooh, tough one. Okay. I have 4 dogs.
Yeah, there's three big ones out here. We're in the backyard, and then there's one little one called Houdini, which is a really cute dog. It's like a Chihuahua mix. It reminds me of my dog Quasimodo. Yeah, and she doesn't bark either, which is amazing because my dog doesn't bark. So I kind of want to take your dog, but I'm not going to take your dog.
Right.
And we did meet at Orange Coast College. Yeah. We talked about that. What was your first impression, I guess, meeting me? Because I don't remember exactly what class or where we met on campus, what we went to, or do you remember?
We were going on a tour at UCI.
Oh.
And we hitched the bus together.
Yeah, that's right. We went on a tour to UCI, and we just kind of hung out, went to Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
And went to the software engineering department and stuff, and listened to people talk.
It was cool. We hit it off. We were at Chick-fil-A, and I think you brought it up that you're 30.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I don't know if I was 30 then or older or whatever, because I'm 35 now. I don't think... Has it been 5 years?
No.
It hasn't been 5 years.
You were in your 30s earlier.
Okay, I was in my 30s. Okay.
I was like, wow.
Wow.
Grandpa.
30. Yeah, man, my back. Oh God.
Sorry.
Oh, canes.
Yeah.
No, it's cool, man. I don't get offended because I definitely don't feel like a grandpa.
Yeah.
So
I feel like a grandpa.
Why do you feel like a grandpa?
Dude, I'm old as fuck. I'm 22.
You're 22.
Dude, I'm old as shit, man.
This 22-year-old just said he's old as fuck.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You're not even close to being old, bro. You're not even close. Do you really think you're old?
Yeah, I can buy alcohol.
Oh, God.
Whenever I go out with a lot of my friends, I have to, leave them behind because, they're not 21.
They're not 21 yet.
Yeah.
Because you're moving to Seattle and you're getting an apartment with, a friend that you went to school with?
Yeah.
Is he 21?
Yeah.
21, savage. Oh, man. So, let's see. How do your, actually, you know what? Let's get into, I want to ask you, because I feel like I'll forget if I don't ask now. What, do you have, a dream?
Let's go. Yeah.
What's your dream? What's that looking
I'm
like?
I'm really into, creative stuff.
Okay.
I'm really into, contributing to the cultural consciousness.
That sounds good, man.
Making things.
With your hands or just your mind or just whatever?
With my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like Jimmy Neutron.
If we get that neural link from what's his name?
Yeah.
Elon Musk. I mean, you might we'll speed up that bandwidth between
dude.
get that interface
Yeah.
between the man and machine sped up. We'll be all right. These bugs just got at me.
Yeah, dude. I want to make stuff.
You want to make stuff with your mind.
Yeah.
Bugs. Let's see. What kind of stuff you think you want to make with your mind? Just anything that contributes to the.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm big into software, so like software stuff.
Okay.
I've been working on another app this summer.
Okay. What's this? Are you able to talk about
your
new app?
It's another fitness app.
Okay.
It's got kind of like a social component.
Oh, so you can like communicate with people that have the app.
Yeah.
All right.
Social network. I can't give away too much.
Okay, no, that's okay. You don't have to. What like say sky's the limit. What would you do on a daily basis? Like, how would you spend your time? You know what I mean? Like, or are you already doing that? Like, if you could do anything, like spend your time doing anything, you don't have to worry about money or shelter or food. Like, what would you do?
I'd hang out with Machito.
Your Cheeto? Who's the Cheeto?
Machito, my dog.
Oh, your dogs.
Yeah. We would go to the beach together.
Oh man, yeah.
Machito.
Is Cheeto? Is that Cuban for dog?
Yeah, Machito is Cuban. Well, it's Spanish for small man.
Small man.
You know, like macho.
Yeah. So it's like
macho man.
Small macho man.
Yeah.
Small macho dog.
Yeah,
because perro is.
Yeah.
Perro is it perro dog?
Yeah, perro.
I would only know that because I watched the movie and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Spanish, when you want to make something like cute.
Yeah. Like,
you add ito to the end.
Ito. Okay.
So, like, Machito, Santiaguito. That's what my family calls him.
That's funny. Let's see. So, let's talk a little bit about music. I know you like Death Grips. I know you play some instruments. I think you enjoyed the show we went to, the punk show we went to. Yeah. Horror. What other, like, you have a top 3? Dead or alive?
Top 3, dead or alive. Are you talking about rappers, bands, or in general?
Which one do you want to do? We can do both. Which one do you want to do first?
Okay, let's do rock artists.
Okay, let's do rock artists then.
Guitar music. Artists of the rock persuasion. Okay, so number 1.
Yeah.
You know King Crimson?
I thought that was King... Is it King Crimson or is it King... those two brothers, with the red
Chemical
hair.
Brothers.
No, King.
LMFAO.
No. King. Not King Tut. King. Cruel. You're not talking about King Cruel. You're talking about King Crimson. Who's King Crimson?
King Cruel is an indie artist. From like 2000s recent years.
Yeah.
King Crimson are these like 60s progressive rock dudes. 60s and 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of them.
Yeah,
before.
number 1 goes to so since Kanye sampled King Crimson, I guess you can consider him a rock artist. The number 1 rock artist is Kanye.
King Crimson.
Let's go.
How do you feel about Kanye these days?
Dude.
Is he
fucking, oh my god. Like when I saw the picture of him with the hat, I was just like, no. I was just like,
what are you doing?
Yeah, I just like facepalmed so hard.
Yeah, man, he's just not.
Yeah, and then of course when I was at the dinner table with my uncle the next day, he was like, "Oh, did you see Kanye? He's such a cool guy."
You're
like
because your uncle supports Trump,
yes.
so he saw Kanye with the Trump hat on.
And now
your
he's
uncle's
Kanye's biggest fan.
Now your uncle via Trump through way of Trump is now Kanye's biggest fan. That is great.
That's big facts. If you meet a Cuban, a lot of us are conservatives. Yeah, because a lot of us, well, my family had to flee communist. Cuba. Fidel Castro, Che Guevara, so they're not too kind to anything.
I heard anyone from Cuba is mostly like the people who, I mean, there's obviously still supporters of them, but there's a lot of people that like, the people that did flee, they're like, they don't think it's cool at all. Yeah. Like Fidel or Che Guevara.
My family refuses to go back to Cuba.
For good reason, I suppose.
Yeah, they do not want to give any money to the regime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at them, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, has their political reasons or just whatever for how they feel or choose to, go about life. So, any more power to your parents. Thank them for letting us, sit here out on the patio, do this interview, and you're over here living the American dream. You're gonna do big things. You're gonna have a startup eventually.
Yeah, dude.
Your own. So you said first King Crimson, and that's a band.
No, I said Kanye.
Kanye. Oh, is Kanye?
Because Kanye sampled King Crimson.
So wait, are you calling Kanye King Crimson now?
No, Kanye sampled King Crimson in the song Power, so therefore Kanye is a rock artist, and therefore he is the greatest rock artist.
Oh my god. He's the greatest rock artist.
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with this, but I need to look up King Crimson now.
Alright.
Oh, that Power. So
yeah.
he sampled him for that song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2.
Okay, number 2.
Can. You're a German rock artist from the 70s.
Can? C-A-N?
C-A-N.
The German rock artist from the 70s? God, I don't know any of these.
Well, Kanye sampled them too.
Really?
But that's a coincidence.
Is that how you find all your favorite rock bands? By looking up Kanye samples?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
They're pretty cool. German rock music in the 70s was cool. They incorporated a lot of like African drums and rhythms. They were kind of trying to set themselves apart from like American and British rock.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of rhythms going on.
A lot of rhythms.
Yeah, you're familiar with Talking Heads, right?
Yeah, they actually have been doing. Yeah, we're getting the flies out here.
Yeah.
I think they've been doing a live show. The lead guy from that lately, David Byrd, I think. Because I had my friend Barry, hipster, #1 OG hipster ever in the world, coffee aficionado, and then I had another friend online I saw because he was posting pictures of it. Mm-hmm. It was weird. It was like an art live performance thing. It wasn't like just a show. It was like people moving around in chairs and sequence the music. Yeah. And then I had another friend that posted looked like the same awkward, weird music art live performance thing. I was like, oh, okay, of course these two hipster people I know are into this guy who's also was being a hipster when people didn't even know what hipsters were. So you're into the guy from Talking Heads?
Me and my dad.
Your dad too.
My dad's a huge Talking Heads fan.
Nice.
OG.
When he was younger, he was probably rocking out to Talking Heads.
Heck yes.
That's what's up. So he got you hooked on it.
That's it.
That's what's
Long car rides.
Long car rides with Talking Heads.
Yeah. Remain in Light.
Is that one of their albums?
That's one of their albums.
Remaining Light?
Yeah, Remain in Light.
I think I downloaded an entire discography. I just haven't gotten around to listening to it. I do that all the time.
Do you still pirate stuff?
Oh, yeah, not unless the feds are listening. I refuse. I'm 35 now, so when I was in high school, I grew up with AOL dial-up internet to and that transition into the internet age. Oh, before LimeWire, Napster. Like when Napster was popping, Napster was the only option. Napster was that. You're downloading all these songs on a dial-up connection. Have 3-minute song, probably half an hour. You know what I mean?
We don't need Spotify, man.
Yeah. Oh, Spotify. I mean, my podcast is on Spotify, so big up to Spotify. Dude. But I don't know. I just refuse to pay. I just don't want to pay for music. I don't want to. I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I'm a criminal.
Straight up, I used to pirate everything, you know?
But use that VPN, though.
Yeah, fact is, I tried Spotify, and Spotify is more convenient than pirating.
I believe you.
Yeah.
It is, I mean, because I have friends that have it and use it, and I can go through it pretty quickly to search and all this stuff, and I'm not I still listen to a lot of music, but I'm not deep in the music game, searching, listening, because I have other responsibilities with school. Got a wife, got a baby on the way, trying to do stuff like my podcast. Yeah. But Spotify does seem to kind of be the most convenient thing. And I mean, it seems like some of the tracks are pretty high high quality as far as like sound, because I've downloaded stuff on Apple, like paid for like individual tracks, and some of them are just not the highest bitrate quality. Kind of like the depth.
Is it as good as Tidal though?
I don't know what I don't know anyone with Tidal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen the app. I refuse to pay for it. They put links up for like videos and stuff, and like then it's like pay for it. I'm like, I'm not paying. I'm not paying for music. There's so much other stuff. You know, we pay sales tax. You know, you pay your income tax. You know, all that stuff, and there's other taxes and fees and stuff, and just I'm not paying. You're not taxing me for my music unless I'm going to a show.
So what you're saying is you're comfortable with stealing from the artists?
Dude, it's is
that what you're telling me?
It's the cost to be the boss. I'm telling you, that's the cost. That's the cost. We out here. All right. I'm old school. I'm not with this Spotify. Yeah. I'm not with this streaming audio, Spotify, Tidal, Apple, all this stuff, man. These record companies, they're the middleman. They have such a stranglehold on the pipeline for these artists, their distribution and their copyrights. They got these 360 deals, which I finally realized and found out what that means. It means they just get 360 degrees of profit on every little thing you do. Merch, you know, shows, your streaming, your CDs, everything. They get a little piece of everything. These artists, they don't need these companies. It does make it more convenient. Just like, I mean, a lot of things you pay for a service, it makes it more convenient. You could do it for yourself. You know what I mean? They have the connections already, like across, you know, at venues in the U.S., outside the U.S. They have the connections with distribution channels, with low wage labor in other countries, like, you know, it could be making their merchandise, you know, the t-shirts. It could be making like little dolls of them. I mean, keychains. They've got those connects already in place. You know, we'll make your music video, but it just adds up to like debt. You just owe them. So you're so far in debt, you'll never get out of debt with them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, a lot of these artists would be probably better off independent, but I mean, I'm sure they offer them all this cash up front that comes attached. They offer them these advances and, you know, this cash up front. And if they don't have cash and they got to feed themselves or their family or something, they're like, you know, I'll take the short term rather than the long term. You know, you'll make more on all your stuff in the long run, but also like individually, like rather than get 10% of your shows, maybe you'll get like 100% or 90% or, you know, whatever you minus whatever you got to pay people in different expenses. And I mean, you might have to learn a little bit more about business and technology and make some, you know, connections or, you know, hire some trustworthy people. But in the end, you'll be better off and you won't be complaining like 10 years later talking about, oh, they're screwing me. They won't release my album. They put me on the shelf, man. Yeah. The record company's not supporting me. Yeah. It's probably because it's in their monetary interest to not support you at that time. You're not hot, you're not Buzz. They're probably working on getting a new artist at Buzz. Like, they used to pay and support artists, but now they just wait till artists blow up on their own on these platforms. Then they're like, it's like hopscotch. You're like, okay, all right, they're blowing up. Okay, oh shit, I'm about to get this money. Sign a 360 deal. We're gonna give you the advance. You're gonna be in so much debt. Everything you make, every penny you make, we're gonna get like 90% of each penny on the dollar.
They look like they're balling, you know.
They look like they're balling. It's easy to look like you're balling. Right. You know, I don't make a ton of money, but dude, I could go rent a car. Yeah. I could go, buy some Yeezys. Live outside my means in like a big place or whatever. Yeah. Buy some Yeezys, you know, cash or credit, you know, whatever, and just look like I'm super balling. But I'd rather be on that, you know, honestly, on that Bill Gates. You know, I'm not trying to wear no New Balance and Dockers, but I'll wear the same black jeans and the same black shirt and, you know, whatever, these glasses I got from the VA, pick up to the VA, you know, for free, you know, and just call it a day. I don't, you know, I mean, maybe when I was younger, I tried to be a little more flashy and stuff, but now I'm just like, that's stupid, man. A lot of these artists are getting taken advantage of like crazy. So, yeah, I mean, if you guys can afford to be independent, you know, and just work hard and you're super talented, you're getting a lot of traction, you know, don't sign with those labels, man. They're just going to take advantage of you because it's in their best interest to take advantage of you and get money back to their stockholders, and you're just not the priority. The system the system, of the music industry is the priority, and it needs to hoe you out in order to get its money. It's gonna pimp you. So,
you ever listen to Lupe Fiasco?
Yeah, he's getting kind of weird now. He's like doing doing a ninja video with swords, and I mean, he's got good music. I don't know about his last 2 or 3 albums.
He always rants about industry stuff.
People don't listen though. Nobody listens because they're just trying to be in the spotlight. And you can get the spotlight on YouTube or with these corporations, and they'll give you a spotlight, but they're going to take your money. It's going to come at a cost. But nobody wants to listen to crazy old Lupe in the basement talking about how bad these companies are.
Yeah.
Oh man, music's crazy. I just wanna do my podcast, bro. Do my podcast.
Yo.
Get on my Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do after I think the next segment I'm gonna do is maybe I want to interview comedians and stuff, and just try and talk to them, see what they're about, and things like that.
Comedians in cars getting coffee.
Something, yeah. I need to get because I got my laptop here and I got my phone up there.
I want to try stand-up comedy one day.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Let's go.
Yeah.
What are you going to talk about if you do stand-up comedy?
See, the thing is, I really have no material, but
you've got the spark.
Some people tell me I'd be good at stand-up.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a funny guy.
You might be good. You might be good at stand-up, bro. I don't know. Might have to figure out some of those comedic algorithms.
Oh, comedic algorithms. Yeah. I gotta do a K nearest neighbors to determine whether I'm gonna bomb or not on stage.
Just refer to the neural network and have that, check the data sets for funnies. Ha 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 ha. LOL. Yeah. See what comes back. I got a question for you. How do you ever think about privacy and stuff and some of these companies and how I think back in the day they thought Big Brother that they were gonna force you to give your all information, but the way it is now with a lot of these devices, phone, I got my phone up here, computer down here, the social media platforms, they provide these free platforms, but really it's just, it's free because they're gathering data, and then they can use algorithms to, for that data to kind of manipulate your activity or monitor your activity and turn it into data sets that can tell them, these points where they can figure out how to get you to do stuff in the future, or predict what you're going to do, or know what to market.
It's facts.
Market to you.
Back at Amazon, our prediction algorithm for recommendations was so good.
Yeah.
It's they can predict what you're going to buy before you even buy it.
Yeah.
There's this one lady who she was browsing Amazon, and she noticed she was getting a lot of recommendations for baby products, diapers and such. And she was like, "This is so weird. Why am I getting this?" And then she took a pregnancy test the next day, and she ended up being pregnant.
Yeah.
So Amazon knew that she was pregnant before she even knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All this information and shit is pretty freaky. I used to be pretty concerned about it. I would use DuckDuckGo. That search engine.
Yeah. So it doesn't collect as much information.
Yeah, I would use Tor browser. Go into the dark web and shit. But I've just kind of shifted on things since then. It's just inevitable, man.
Unfortunately, as Elon Musk said, we're the biological bootloader for our future AI robotic overlords. I mean, I listen to and kind of read a lot of stuff, and it's that's what we're doing. We're the AI that everyone's scared of, or they think's coming, or what's it gonna do, or whatever, or capable, or say it's not a intentionally malevolent AI. It's it helps us and stuff. When it comes the a lot of the groundwork is already here. Like all the devices are connected, all the information is out there.
Yeah.
They're working on, I don't know, I'd call it the think engine, so it can, or they call it general AI rather than like specific AI.
Mm-hmm.
General AI can take, from any, like in general, like anything and come, and achieve like goals, rather than like specific AI would be like some like the recommendation
Like the
algorithm.
thing.
Like the weather thing,
Yeah.
It's like specific to weather, specific to recommendations on Netflix or Amazon, specific to, I don't know, your weightlifting app. Like it takes information and, it could figure out things.
Ones.
Those are common ones, but like a general AI will.
Like Watson, IBM.
Yeah. And I don't know too much about Watson and stuff.
He's good at Jeopardy.
Yeah. And is he good at Jeopardy?
Alex Trebek.
Yeah. Because the more they make it, because they're basing it on, I think they're finding they're getting the biggest leaps and bounds and advancements through like neural networks. The more they base it on the human brain, and all the human brain is just like it takes input and output, and it takes input and it processes it, with the different centers of the brain. And they're going to do the same thing with AI. They're going to make it, it's going to take information and it's going to analyze information and it's going to process it in a specific way based on like what the goals or intentions are. It's going to weigh the options, but it's going to do it extraordinarily fast. Like it's going to do it super fast, and it's going to, once it starts going, like the rate it takes to develop gets faster and faster. It's not, people are like, oh, it's going to take all these years and stuff. Once it gets to a certain point, it's going to be like,
yeah,
it's going to be gone. Like, and hopefully it's like we're telling it what to do and it's not telling us what to do. Like, you guys are like super inefficient. We're calculating in 3.9 years you will have destroyed the earth and yourselves. Yeah. So we're going to take over from here.
Yeah.
And
entropy, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not, the kind of stuff. And I think Elon Musk, he has that, Joe Rogan kept calling it like fatalist attitude about like, he seems super concerned about AI because he thinks about it because I guess if he were to develop his own AI or, he's developing the Neuralink, which is going to be fucking weird because with you have the intentions of like when they develop this technology, they have specific intentions, but there's also consequences, that they don't think about, they don't calculate for. So even say Elon Musk, he's not thinking about like maybe he is. Neuralink is like gonna be bad or something, but like if you have some type of Neuralink interface between the brain and computer, and then those AI networks can come in and better analyze the human brain, use data sets, to then construct its own replication, of the human brain, and then you can give it tasks maybe through natural language, maybe not even code anymore, because they have conversion of natural language
NLP,
into code.
Natural language processing.
They have natural language processing already. It's really only a matter of time. If he does the Neuralink bandwidth thing, where he increases the bandwidth, the processing speed between the computer and the human brain, that'll be a huge jump in itself. There'll be no turning back. Whether it's good or bad, there will be no turning back, because when we start to develop these new technologies, we become dependent on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We become absolutely dependent. Like you might get away with not having a phone today if you kind of, I guess you have a job or just, it depends on what your situation is. You might be able to get away with it, but
I still have friends who I have one friend who's like a phone holdout.
Yeah. But you got all these people around you, all this stuff, like the pressure, the social pressure, the economic pressure. Eventually, more than likely, he's gonna change over. Yeah. And then everybody has to have phones.
He actually got into it recently, and he's like super into Pokemon Go.
They suck you in. They suck you. They suck you in, and then they'll just have more data on him with his Pokemon Go and GPS location, his facial stuff. They'll feed those data points into the AI, so they got an international database of whatever. Just monitor. They're already doing it in China, I think. They're like giving people ratings.
China's sketchy.
China, I've watched stuff on them. Yeah, they're super sketchy. They have like they rate people based on their behavior or something. You can report people if they're bad and they get ratings and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, how far are we away from that?
Yeah.
Everyone says they don't care until until it affects them.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time it starts affecting people, like say on the bell curve, like everyone in the middle, the fat part is like people, I don't care, government, they're gonna listen to me talk about food and poop or something, and it doesn't matter. By the time it gets to those people, it starts affecting those people's lives in a way that directly inconveniences them and they're concerned. It'll be way too late.
Mm-hmm.
Way too late. I mean, people they're so distracted with so many different things. Social media, their shows, their this, their that, economic concerns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How would they battle anything like that? It just wouldn't. They'd be defenseless. But I don't want to.
We need anti-AI technology.
Who's gonna do that?
Dude, startup, let's go.
There you go. Oh, we got the anti-AI technologies.
Let's go.
Let's do capitalism, bro. Let's see here. What has been your most valuable lesson in life, bro? What has been your most valuable lesson?
Honesty is a pretty important trait.
Honesty. I believe you.
You got to be honest with yourself, and you got to be honest with others.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
It'll determine your reality.
Yeah. I don't like telling white lies,
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. It's better to offend people than lie. Recently, my wife developed she developed like a whole thing for like, if you want to see the baby, like, don't, if you smoke and your clothes are nasty, like change your clothes, like make sure you have your shots, like don't just come over unannounced, and all this stuff. And her mom is like, oh, that's like too much, or her friends kind of like, oh, that's mean or something. Yeah. I'm like, no, like, don't, like, this is part of us setting boundaries and like how we're gonna raise our child, like to protect them. And like, I'd rather people be offended than something happens to our kid. Like, I'm and I haven't had this conversation with her, but I almost want to be like you don't want to, because people are going to give their opinions. I'm sure even your parents would know. Like I'm sure people gave their opinions on how they should raise Santiago, but don't ask for people's opinion if you don't want it, because they've got it. Yeah. And then what? Are you raising your kid, or are they raising your kid? You just kind of put your foot down. But my wife's kind of the nice one, and I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm better about
good cop,
putting
bad
down.
Cop.
Yeah, maybe. I don't care. I mean, what's the big? You respect my, my authority. Respect respect how I want to raise my child. Like
back at home. We also got a good cop, bad cop routine. My dad's the good cop, like he's laid back. Yeah. And my mom's the bad cop. Ooh. She's always the one
wagging her finger.
Wagging her finger. Yeah. But a couple months ago, things got switched around. Yeah. So I got my hair bleached. Okay. Like, it's kind of still there a little bit.
Show him that hair. Show him that. Oh.
Check it out.
Oh, check it out. Santiago.
Yeah. I came home. I didn't tell him.
You didn't tell him that you were going to do that?
No, I didn't tell them that I was going to do that. And my dad just, looked at me, and he just, shook his head. He's like, you've gone off the rails, Santi.
Was he serious, or was he joking?
He was serious.
Your dad was like, he looked at one look at your hair, he's like, Santiago, you've gone off the rails, son. You've really done it now.
Yeah, I've really done it now.
Google's never going to accept you. Yeah. They're going to send you back, because you're going to walk in the office and be like, turn it around.
Like, my mom was cool with it. But
really?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, he's just expressing himself. Yeah. Your dad's like, I'm traditional, Cuban, conservative. And that's not the way we do our hair. Yeah. Oh, that's great, man. That's That's hilarious.
Yeah. Should I do purple next?
Ooh, come on, don't. You can. I'll still be your friend.
Should I do 6ix9ine colors?
If you're gonna do purple, you're gonna do teriyaki 99, teriyaki 69. What do you got an opinion on that guy? He's so wacky.
Yo, okay, so I actually kind of like the dude.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. He's super out there, but whatever.
I like to just like fuck with my friends, be like, nothing can match the poetic excellence that is 6ix9ine. got the blicky,
stiffy, what's that one? The Fifi?
Yeah, he trolls a lot.
He trolls and he's like serious, but then he trolls.
Yeah. But for real, the guy is a scumbag. He did statutory that one girl. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's not too many outstanding citizens in the rap community. I mean, there maybe are some.
Even
XXXTentacion, who passed away.
R.I.P.
Him. R.I.P. Mac Miller. Mac Miller died. Dude, that was really bad. They used to like rapper like. Over the years, maybe the golden age of rap, maybe the 90s, early 2000s, even the 80s, like, they used to be selling the drugs. Now, it's like they're doing the drugs.
It's like
and they're so, like, out of it, and, like, their motor function is so fucked up, they're, like, mumbling the raps. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe you could say what that is. That lean got them mumbling the raps.
Have you heard Tony Montana by Future?
Not off the top of my head. I probably have heard it, but...
It goes like... like he's not even like moving his jaw. He's just like
linguistically, it's a mess.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
Yeah. Oh man,
we should have the neural networks and the AI come up with the algorithms to determine what these mumble rappers are saying. Change it like a natural language processor.
Young Thug,
and then maybe do some captions, so we know what the hell they're
Young
talking.
Thug
about.
is the goat, man.
What is it about Young Thug?
You might call him a mumble rapper, but I think he's creating new language. It's new English, man.
Oh man, yeah.
Young Thug is the goat.
Because he has an appeal internationally. I've seen pretty legit. I don't know if you call it hip hop blogs or journal, whatever. French interviewers interview him, and like he's big. They really like him. And Europe, I don't know. Maybe it's just Europe is super accepting of. In a lot of ways, black culture and hip hop and stuff, because they obviously have they've got French rappers and whatnot over there, but he's on some other. And I've listened to some of the stuff. Some of the stuff I like, some of the stuff I'm not too fond of, but I've just accepted that I'm just getting older, and some of the shit just sounds fucking strange.
Did you listen to Young Thug's country album?
Oh, is that the girls? Thugger Girls?
Yeah, Thugger Girls.
Oh my god.
He goes like, yeehaw!
No, he does not.
Yeah, he does.
Fucking
he drops the yeehaw as an ad-lib.
Oh my god. Are we not living in strange times? Not just rap, like in general, everything. Is it? I mean, MAGA,
Did you watch
everything is just
the fucking Lil Pump and Kanye video?
Oh, Lil Pump and Kanye?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about Lil Pump and J. Cole?
No, there's a Lil Pump and Kanye.
No, there is not.
Music video.
No. Are you serious?
Go check it out.
Oh, God. I thought he was working with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Kanye.
Well, I guess he had both of them in the studio or something.
Really?
Yeah. But yo, that J. Cole Lil Pump interview, that shit was so awkward.
Super awkward. He's like, yeah, I had. I'm like, what? I understand what you're like. Okay, I won't be rude. Like, I understand what you're saying, Little Pump, but the way you're saying it, I'm so taken back by how how lazy you are in your pronunciation of words and your verbiage. It's just like,
it's like he doesn't know when to step out of the character,
maybe is he in character all the time?
That's
or is that him? Or he might be. I think a lot of these guys are hiding with their character. They're just
because Cole would ask him some serious shit about oh, what do you think of your stepdad, Lil Pump? And then,
that was weird too. Yeah. He's just like...
And then J. Cole was just answering the questions for him.
You gotta carry it, You just end up carrying the conversation yourself for the person. Oh my god. I'm just like, where is like 10 years? Like, where are we gonna be? Like, anything is possible at this point. I feel like anything in the whole world is possible at this point. Everything's a joke.
Yeah.
Everything's like a meme. Like, what's really happening is a meme. Then they meme of the meme. Like, I think like,
reactions.
Nothing's taken seriously. Like, you got Onion articles that are like pretty close to like actual articles.
The Onion isn't even funny anymore because it's just like real. You know,
it's real. Did you see? You saw when he was at TMZ offices, right?
Kanye?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, so he said that slavery was a choice thing, whatever.
Jesus.
And then he said, how he got like injections or Botox or whatever he got.
Lipo.
He got lipo. I was like, what? Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Who are you that? Like, you're just that insecure, like that you're just getting.
It's the Kardashian curse.
It's the So you believe in the theory of the Kardashian curse? Did they curse men?
Dude,
we had an Olympic star athlete turned what?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, I mean you can do that.
Yeah.
But don't and maybe you don't need my acceptance of that. You don't need my validation. But wow. Okay.
What's gonna happen to Travis? Him and Kylie.
Ooh, Travis. Hopefully he stays high enough to like he stays in like a certain like in a multiverse of his chakras are properly aligned and doesn't like really get too affected. He just like dodges all their like crazy energy.
Why is Rodeo so good, man?
Oh, the album? Yeah, Rodeo was really good. 90210. I love that. Yeah, Apple Pie. I mean, most of the tracks on that were amazing.
Yeah, Astroworld was good too, but like
it wasn't as good as some of his previous.
If you cut the fat, you know,
trim the fat.
That's a problem with a lot of albums nowadays.
Yeah,
I've begun to look at albums differently. Actually,
as you grow older,
it's kind of a shitty thing. Like so, Migos, Drake. Mm-hmm. Travis, like they're loading their albums up for like stream trolling to make more money.
If you have more tracks, you get more streams because if they leave it on.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
So, like by any normal
so he's got
standards,
30 tracks.
Scorpion. Fucking Scorpion had 25 songs. What the hell?
And they're not. I mean, I felt like they were so hit or miss, or just kind of so different. Like there wasn't like a consistent flow. And maybe albums don't have to tell stories today. Maybe they don't. But I don't know, man. I felt like after, if you're reading this, it's too late. I feel like that's where he peaked, and then everything else has been like a slow decline. Because I felt like that was like in its own area of like that slow trap R&B melodic. I don't know. And he took some shots at people. It was good, but then I felt like the one before that, if you It'll Never Be the Same or something. I thought that was a definite high point. Like that's where it peaked, and then
Jay-Z song.
Pancake or Pound Cake. That was amazing. That was an amazing album. Because I feel like everything from, if you're reading this, it's too late, back were all like number one like hits. Like there wasn't a Drake song you could hear and not remember. But now like I'm just like I'm lost in the sauce. Like these, especially the Spotify playlist one. I mean, I like the Jordan. Was it the one girl on it? She was like something fruit or passion fruit. Was really good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And even that one was kind of catchy and poppy, but which is okay. But the one Drake, get it together, if we're gonna get together, you gotta get it together. It was kind of cool, but there's only like 2 or 3 songs in there that I thought was okay, and the rest of that Spotify playlist thing was trash. And then he's just like
good singles, trash albums.
Good singles.
He's just like shitting it out.
He's just shitting it out. Now he's did you see he's dating like an 18-year-old model now?
No. That's news to me.
He's on that.
Hell?
I saw
it.
What the
fuck?
Yeah, he's dating some 18-year-old model, so he's trying to get on his R. Kelly at this point. And R. Kelly's actually in the news again for touching his brother's daughter or something. You can look it up. I mean, we don't have to go into it, but that guy's been like, how is that? Like, he's just like He's like,
he's a villain.
I'm rubber, you're glue, but I'm rubber with like Vaseline on me, and you can't stick to me charges of pedophile and peeing on. You know what I mean? He's just like R. Kelly. Charges don't stick. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if maybe he's just paying everyone off. Maybe he's just settling out of court.
Maybe like all the judges are really big fans of Ignition. They're like, okay, we gotta give you a break on this one.
Oh my god! Maybe he's just like affiliated with the Catholic priest, or maybe he's like the amalgamation, or like all like of Catholic priests. Like this charges just don't stick, or he just gets transferred.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my lord! Only got a few more questions for you.
All right.
Who do you trust?
I trust Machito.
Cheeto, obviously the Cheeto.
You know what's funny?
What?
So yesterday, I saw Black Klansman.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay,
check it out.
All right, I'll check it out.
It's like a little political, but like near the end, it really like ramps up the politics. Yeah,
I feel like everything is propaganda now. All the movies, everything.
Yeah,
like that's why I have Netflix, and even there's propaganda on there, and I feel like agendas, but I don't like TV.
Yeah,
don't watch TV.
So I took my friend to see Black Klansman.
Okay,
my friend Stuart. Stuart's a huge Trump supporter.
Okay. And, but you guys can still be friends.
Yeah. And like pretty much every time we hang out.
Yeah.
Like I instigated this one. Because I knew that the ending was super political.
Yeah.
And so I took him in, and he was just like super triggered by the ending, and we got into this like long debate at the end.
He was triggered by the Black Klansman movie?
Yeah. Because like at the end, I don't want to spoil much, but like it does some like anti-Trump stuff.
Oh, is there? Well, of course. They got to fit that in.
They got to tie it in. It's like a mirror, you know?
Yeah. I don't care. I mean, if you can if you want. I don't really. Yeah. I mean,
so even though this guy is like a huge Trump supporter, and even though we disagree on all this stuff, like big stuff too. Yeah. Like I still trust him. He's a loyal friend. You know? Yeah. He's a good guy. So he's just misinformed.
He's just sadly misinformed.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're living in such weird times. So I could talk about something. Last night, having dinner with my wife, her mom, and her stepdad, and we get to the end of dinner, and he's a Trump supporter. The mom is just like, I think she just goes along. My mother-in-law, I think she just goes along with everything he goes along with. So he's just going in about like he's talking about Obama. He's like saying Obama's like feminine because he's like riding a bike and like he has a hat on. He's got a helmet on. He's like talking about his masculinity. He's like effeminate and stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever. You can trash on Obama. Yeah. Go for it. But then he gets into this whole thing about like Michelle Obama and like these pictures saying like she's got like asserting that she has a penis. Yeah. Because like these pictures that are probably photoshopped or not photoshopped. Never mind that they have 2 kids and stuff. But the thing is, and he primarily watches Fox News, like on a daily. So I'm pretty sure this is where he's getting this, or YouTube videos or whatever. And I'm just like, it went on for so long. This anti-Obama.
It's just uncomfortable, man. Just leave them alone. You know?
It is, and like Obama, you know, he's no saint. Like he presented well. Yeah, you know what I mean. He presented extraordinarily well. He spoke well. Right. But he was like a lot of presidents. He extended the powers of the surveillance state. Mm-hmm. He did plenty of foreign interference, wars, drone bombing the hell out of people. He killed a U.S. citizen over in like Yemen or something. No judge, no jury, no just straight executioner, no trial. Yeah. And I think they killed their kids too eventually.
He deported a lot of people.
Yeah, he deported plenty. I looked at the numbers. I looked at the like ICE site and stuff. He was deporting plenty of people, and I think a lot of them. I mean, if you do believe the government and you believe the stats and stuff, and you can debate that how you want. It said most of them either already had they were most of them were criminals or
Yeah.
had charges or investigated, something like that. It wasn't like the most upstanding ones. I don't know how that varies as far as Trump is deporting people and the whole taking the kids or bringing the kids. A lot of shit confuses me because there's so much disinformation, misinformation out there. It's almost just like, fuck, how do you get the actual story for any of this?
Both sides are so like polarized.
Yeah.
And it's like echo chambers. You know?
Yes, positive feedback loops of just shit information.
Yeah. It's like, what is really going on?
What is really going on? I don't know if we'll really ever know exactly what's going on, but there's plenty of distractions to keep you from knowing what's going on. It's just a very strange time we're living in, and I don't think a lot of people have the critical thinking skills to navigate
Do you think it's
this bullshit.
Get any better? Like, are we going to have a return to normalcy? Or is reality just broken?
I think reality is broken, and I have a very difficult time to kind of explaining this concept. I try to explain it to my wife, but the way I feel is that everything is bleeding over into everything. Like the facts with the truth, the objective truths of what actually happened and what's not happening is like bleeding over. Like the news stories, like a joke story through the Onion about what Trump did and what Trump really did are like the same thing. Or like the reality story is also like just crazier than the Onion story. I feel like, and the way people react, like somebody dies, say like who was that, Kate Spade? Spade?
Yeah, I remember.
You see how quickly like she tried to commit suicide? You see how quickly it goes from like a tragedy to memes. Yeah. It's immediately funny. Yeah. It's just immediately funny. Everything is people are, and I mean, statistically, people are depressed, a lot of people are depressed or committing suicide or feel isolated, and we are fortunate. I mean, I don't know, with the technological and economic advancements we're having, they do give us a lot of options and a lot of things going on, but it's changing us in ways that people don't quite understand or can't put their finger on, and it's not necessarily a good thing because it doesn't. People who are like more sensitive to like, maybe they'd say the left, like they're like more empathetic. They're like, we need to do this. We need to make like humans first. We need to care about people and the rights, like saying, well, I don't know, bootstraps and this and that and trust in the system and smaller government. Like what they're not realizing is when we're prioritizing these technological advancements and stuff, they change what tradition is. They change culture. And the economy that supports that stuff, they work together. They change things because they are the priority. Human beings are not the priority. The system in place, and the advancement of the system, and the people who own the means of like the process and own the control that stuff. They're the ones that are. They're not necessarily even in like super control. Like they're higher. They have like more control over the systems, like people like rich people, billionaires, and and not all billionaires are bad, but also like the government figureheads and like people who are very skilled, like technically, those are more of the people making decisions. They're just they generate maybe propaganda to manufacture consent for other people to get on board with it. Like a news story, like they're trying to pass immigration, so the news story, an immigrant came across and killed somebody. All right, let's prop this up because politicians will talk about it. Whatever. And I mean, art has a big effect too, because art starts conversations. There's some things that politicians wouldn't be talking about unless artists brought it up first. Like NWA back in the day talked about cops killing people and maybe fuck the police and all this stuff. But if they weren't doing all that stuff, they wouldn't talk about. You know what I mean? Art has a big play in it too. But essentially, what I'm saying is, you're talking about, are we going to get back to a sense of normalcy? Right. As long as we keep having these economic and technological advancements that are literally changing how we live our lives and how we view ourselves and how we view the people around us and how we view our conception of reality, and how those things kind of manipulate our reality, I don't think we are going to get back. I think it's going to just keep going and going and going unless there's some magical revolution, and it can't be like a single reform, because like you make one change here and then people leave it alone. They're like, okay, but there's been appeals to the Constitution. They change things in the Constitution. You think that's like, they can add stuff, they can take stuff out. They just need a majority agreed amendments. They just make amendments and stuff. So none of this stuff that's written down is.
We could get a new constitution.
We may need a new constitution. I don't know if this is
other countries change their constitutions pretty frequently. Like France changed theirs like 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. They got a new one.
Yeah,
we're like one of the few constitutional democracies that have stuck to the same constitution for like 200 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was listening to something the other day, and I mean, it may sound crazy, but so you remember you remember hearing about, like, say the Unabomber guy, right? Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a guy who he radical sent packages, kind of radical. He sent bombs to people's places, blew people up. I think he even attacked the FBI office. He actually wrote a manifesto, and it was I thought, manifesto, oh, this must be crazy. It's some wacky guy. If you read that shit or listen to it, it's like a very thorough analysis of contemporary, like, society and culture and technological advancement and economics and the left and the right. It's crazy. It's really crazy to listen to. You think he's not some, and the aliens and gay frogs, Alex Jones.
Yeah.
No, it's not even close. It's he makes some very good arguments and points out some stuff about society, and that some stuff I didn't think about, and he gives examples and reasoning and logic and cite sources. It's crazy, man. Mm. Yeah, if he didn't decide to blow people up, he probably would have made a great professor. But, yeah, the world's changing. I think we just need to... are we going to return to normalcy? I think we're just going to keep getting more advanced. These smartphones only came out, 8-10 years ago? Maybe 11 or something? Mm. And look how much they've changed our lives now. Look at this. I got my phone up here. I got my MacBook down here.
Everyone's a journalist.
Everybody's reporting stories, which is a good and a bad thing, because it takes power away from the mainstream media, which kind of sets agendas and works in coordination with the government and large companies and people who have vested interest and power and money. So it takes away from them, but also it's a good way to get in those feedback loops, those echo chambers. People can tweet and say stuff. I watched a thing today. Somebody, this guy Sean King, he's like probably more to the left, and
he's affiliated with Black Lives Matter, right?
Yes, he's affiliated with Black Lives Matter, and he posted something. I like to go to him just to see different stuff he's talking about, and then go on the right and see what they're talking about on the same subject, because they'll be viewing it from different perspectives. And he was saying something about that it's like Shannon Botham and the Amy Gunger, the apartment thing. The cop shoots the guy. She said she went to the wrong apartment. Yeah. Whatever. Super dumb, man. It's just like, okay, you try and make that mistake and just say it's an accident. Anyway.
Well, Fox News says that there is weed in the apartment.
Oh, there was weed, so he deserved to be executed. Yeah. That's all I needed. It's like he's already dead, but they're always trying to smear his character and stuff. Weed. Oh, the devil. The devil's lettuce. But that's some people will nod their head and they'll listen to this and be like, oh, weed. Nah, he was bad. It's okay that he's dead. It's okay that they didn't arrest this woman, for 3 days. They waited 3 days?
Yeah.
We couldn't have done maybe a drug and alcohol analysis, maybe looked at her car and her apartment. No, we waited 3 days to even get her into custody. What world are we living in? No one's asking any questions. Yeah. But I don't even remember what the hell we were talking about, dude. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Dude, I just got so lost. But, Sean King.
Yeah.
So he posted something today, and he was talking about, witnesses said this. They heard somebody let me in out the hall. And he said something else, he was asserting that something happened.
Mm-hmm.
but he wasn't citing any source or links or anything. And I was just like, it's just as maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong, but just as easily as he can do this on the left, somebody can do that on the right.
Yeah.
And he just tweets it out. And I don't know if this is true. I'm just looking at it. I'm not going to reshare it. Some people reshare something like, I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to reshare it and spread it so it goes viral and contorts reality and what everybody thinks about stuff. I don't know if what he tweeted was true, but the fact that he has the power to do it and he's got an audience and it can go out to thousands, if not millions of people without it being fact-checked or verified, it's already changing minds. And somebody on the right can do just the same thing. Donald Trump can be like, Mexicans are rapists, and be like, oh, I think Mexicans are rapists.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Your mind, you have to reduce the amount of signals coming in from the marketing and the advertising and the political agendas and the propaganda. You have to, filter that
Stimuli.
shit. Yeah. You got to filter that fucking stimuli because we're in an age now where there's so much information. It's collecting, the devices are collecting information or giving out information. Yeah. They've got information in them. We're taking in information. It's moving around our head. It's coming out.
I think I'm just going to move up on the mountain, the log cabin.
Boy, I'm trying to get to the north. I'm trying to get to the northwest.
Yeah.
The border of Washington and Oregon.
Yeah.
There's a town called Vancouver,
Washington. Vancouver, Washington.
And you'd be like 20, 30 minutes, depending on traffic, from Portland, and then 2 hours south of Seattle.
Yeah.
That's where I'm trying to be at, brother.
Vancouver, Washington.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Vancouver, Canada?
No, I wanted to go, but you have to have your passport or whatever.
Yeah. That's where Nardwar is from.
That fool is super weird. He's super weird town.
Yeah. I love Vancouver. There's this... When I was at Amazon for Memorial Day weekend, we drove up to Vancouver.
Yeah.
And we had this beach side Airbnb.
Yeah.
And there's this
wow.
There's this slide on the beach.
A slide on the beach?
It was there's this barge. There's kind of this raft boat thing off the shore. A few yards off the shore, and I just swim to it and go down the slide.
That's awesome, dude.
It was amazing,
dude. I gotta do that. Did I already asked you name an unforgettable experience, right? Did I?
No.
Do you have an unforgettable experience?
So back in high school.
Oh, we're going to high school.
Yeah, this is senior year. I just got out of the Danny Brown show.
Oh, nice. XXX was a great album.
Yeah. Yeah, it was back around that time. Old had just came out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I was meeting up with a friend, and he told me about some birthday party.
Yeah.
Or some party that we were going to go to.
Yeah.
And then we get there, and then my friend tells me, oh, by the way, I don't know anyone here. So...
Oh, to a birthday party?
We were just going to crash some random birthday party.
How did you even find out about the birthday party?
I don't know, man.
Anyway, we don't ask questions.
So, I was in high school. I didn't make the most sound decisions. So I rolled up into the party by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I go into the backyard, and everyone's looking at me, and they're like, who the fuck are you? So I did the logical thing.
What was that?
I got on the roof of the house.
Would you just do I am this golden sun god and jump off into the pool or something?
Yeah, no, I just got on the roof of the house, and then I jumped down, and as I was exiting, I just got rushed by fucking 5 people. Some dude punched me in the face.
Wait, you jumped on the roof?
Yeah.
You saw the people. Did you jump on the roof because you're oh god, they're gonna get me?
I was just YOLO.
You were just YOLO.
Yeah.
And then
we're about to go hard.
And so what? You jumped. You got on the roof, and then you jumped off the roof.
Yeah.
Where'd you jump off the roof to? Just on concrete, or
kind of just back where I had gotten on, I guess.
Did you climb the roof to get to the backyard?
No. That would have been
worse.
Cool.
That would be even crazy.
Yeah. So I get jumped by these 5 dudes.
Oh my god.
They only land in one punch, and then I just kind of start sprinting away. And I spend 15 minutes just trying to get these guys off of me, running around in suburbs. I ended up having to like jump through some guy's backyard. Yeah. And
oh man,
so
you're crazy, bro.
Once I lost the heat, I didn't want to go back to my car because like it was right by the house and like they would recognize me. So I called my sister and asked if she could pick me up, and then she panicked and called the cops and got my parents involved.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
this is a crazy story, kind of, bro. I didn't know you got down like that, man.
Yeah, well,
Santiago.
I used to be a wild child.
You're 22. You're barely. You're like 21
I'm
now.
old ass.
You're 20.
Grandfather.
Get out of here, bro.
I got like back pain and shit.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
You got to do yoga. I'm going to a joint mobility class after this. It's like at a 10th Planet Fitness. I'm gonna like do like. I'm bringing the wife too. We're gonna like roll our joints and stuff, and you know,
that's just good for you, man.
Yeah, nah, it is for sure. Let's see. I think we should wrap it up. All right. Once again, another Black Aaron broadcast podcast. My boy here, Santiago Martin, future, current Google software engineer. He's gonna kill it. He's gonna have a startup. I'm gonna invest in that.
Heck yes.
Yeah, I will, man. Might convince the wife a little bit. Be like,
all right,
come on, we gotta take this money. We gotta invest it in my boy.
Yeah, dude.
So he can do big things. But yeah, man. So that's it. Episode 15, I think. And so I'm gonna do my thing. Stay blessed. Don't stress. Stay tuned. Black Aaron Broadcast. We're out. Bye, Machito.
It's the Black Aaron Broadcast. It's the Black Aaron Podcast.